Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to episode 102 of the Casual Weebs podcast. Absolutely chaotic. Purely chaotic week of anime this week. Like, genuinely, first of all, we had the end to Fire Force, which you said perfectly in the text. You're like, yo, what a phenomenal cinematic ending to a pretty solid anime. Like, for sure, like, Fire Force had its moments where I was like, yo, this is pretty fucking awesome. But it also had some pretty bad moments. Like, I think that overall as a series, Fire Force was pretty solid. You know what I mean? It wasn't outstanding, wasn't, like, crazy, but also wasn't bad. It was just genuinely pretty good. But that ending, phenomenal. Has people in an uproar saying that we need the Soul Eater remake right now. And honestly, I agree. I think we need it.
Yes.
Tomorrow, it's going to do. The hype for the Soul Eater fanbase has been absolutely insane. The greatest transition into another series ever. But also, we had Clash of the Elite saying, hey guys, by the way, we're going to drop 16 episodes this season. Okay, no complaints. We're going to drop 4 right off the rip. 4-episode premiere, and my god, was it amazing. I think I know who the White Room spy is, and I have my evidence, alright? We're going to be talking a lot about it. But we also had Hat Atelier. I'm going to butcher that all goddamn season. You can bet on that. Drop 2 episodes for it premiere. 2! And oh my god, is this anime gonna eat this season, bro? It is so good! Like, why? Dude, I don't know. It is phenomenal. It is incredible. But also we had Wistoria being like, hey, episode 0. I'm like, that's crazy. Usually season 2
Always
starts
a red flag, bro.
Yeah, starts on episode 1, not at episode 0. And it's like a recap. I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, you're talking about how it's nice, kind of refreshing, little, recap season 1, little teaser for season 2. Bro, I was expecting Wistoria to be back, okay? Where's my episode 1? But it's alright. It's okay, because we did have probably already sleeper of the season, the Daemons, it's Daemons of the Shadow Realm. Absolutely insane first episode. I'm seeing clips of it everywhere. I was like, alright, I have to give this a shot. Really, really good. It is phenomenal. I think it's going to be something we're going to be talking about week to week. If you haven't seen it yet, so we're not going to be talking about it this episode, but I'm telling you guys, if you know, you know. It was an amazing first episode. It is all over the place. It's bizarre. It's incredible. I cannot wait. I need more. It impressed me. But also, Crunchyroll already fucked up. Crunchyroll's doing Crunchyroll things already. They dropped their nominations for their anime awards, and they're just adding more reasons to be fucking clowns. I don't know why anybody follows it anymore. So, first of all, I mean, you take 4 months after the year ends for you to drop the anime award nominations. Whatever. Okay, talk about being fashionably late. They're already pissing people off. Solo Leveling was not nominated for Anime of the Year. And people are going crazy about it. And I'm like, dude, they can't do anything right. Crunchyroll's an absolute clown. But yo, should we get into Fire Force first or Clash of the Elite first? Because like I said, this week was stacked.
I'd like to wrap up Fire Force because as somebody who just started watching Soul Eater, I think I just watched the 10th episode today. 9th or 10th episode. So I'm like still fairly new, but like you have your feet under you. Watching the end of Fire Force after just getting into Soul Eater is like one of the like most peak timing events you could have as an anime fan. It's made me appreciate Fire Force a lot more, and I think we talked about it a good bit last week too. Like, really, really impressive to like write a prequel like that, because prequels and sequels are like very hit or miss, and they're often more miss than hit. But I love the ending of Fire Force, and to see like the shots of Death the Kid, Soul, Black Star, and Maka, like. Dude, it was just like, damn, this is really good. And I totally agree with you. I've seen it all over social media. Everyone's like, well, I think it's time for a Soul Eater remake.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, no, I agree with that. So hopefully they do. I'm still going to fucking watch the whole thing and crush through it. And if they come out with a remake, I'm going to watch it again. But really, really well done. And I loved how they kind of like, so like Shinra Bancho Man is like all 3 of them, the mom, Sho, and Shinra combined into like one with Soul Resonance.
Yeah.
But they still did a good job of like in Soul Eater giving them their own like character or like lane or like inheritance, however you want to call it. I'm just like, damn, that's so good. The Black Cat, which you meet that
Blair.
which I think in episode 1, right?
Yeah, bro,
just like,
that is the greatest because literally, because we kind of see, Black Star, Maka, Soul, all of them, a kid being born, but like, that's like 800 years later, you know what I mean? Blair being there on day fucking 1, and then you see her on episode 1 of Soul Eater, and she's there throughout the entire season, like series of Soul Eater. It's just fucking awesome. Like when you see that little black cat in the background with the little witch hat, you're like, no fucking way! It is just like, it's like, dude, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? If you know, you know.
Bro, it was like that Leo DiCaprio meme. Like, he's sitting there drinking. He's like, oh.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that was me. I'm like, oh, I know that. That's where. Episode 1. Like, just extremely well done. And I think is, like, I feel like we're, like, in a way, like, critical of series. Like, you'll call out the shit that we don't like, but we're, like, still pretty positive. I don't like to hate on
Yeah.
stuff. Even if, aspects of it are bad, there's still always an aspect that's, like, redeeming about
There's a
almost any
silver
story.
lining. You know what I mean? There's always a positive to look
Yeah.
at. Yeah.
Or, like, poor execution doesn't always equal a bad story,
Hmm.
et cetera, et cetera. Fire Force definitely had its critiques that I think were fair, a little heavy on the fan service. Maybe the pacing of the anime wasn't always perfect. And I didn't read the manga, so like it's hard for me to say that, but we enjoyed it. I think it was fun. I think this last part of like, or I guess season 3, like the last 2 parts of the whole show were like really enjoyable. We had our critiques on it, but like this really caps it off as like one of the best new gen endings for an anime or manga, and like a wonderful transition into Soul Eater, which is like, it's a prequel.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Fire Force wrapped up better than a lot of, like new gen stuff, in my opinion. Obviously subjective, but I was really satisfied with the ending. Extremely well done.
Yeah, endings is something that's always very controversial and always like executed poorly. This was one that was so cool because it added so much hype into something else too. You know what I mean? It wasn't just a phenomenal ending that capped something off, but it funneled that hype into something else. Because like you guys should watch Soul Eater if you haven't seen it. Because listen, even if it does get remade, like if you're a fan of Soul Eater, let's be honest, we've been asking for a remake since before it even stopped airing. Like after the first season, it becomes its own thing. It's not like canon to the manga, right? It goes off course. Not saying it's bad, it's just saying that the manga was really, really good and staying on course would have been a lot better. It's still enjoyable to watch. And to be honest, even if they remake it, you should still watch the OG because it's still added like a cool perspective. It's still a good story, you know what I mean? It's still enjoyable, right? But like everyone's been wanting the carbon copy, give us the exact manga for the anime. So there's always been that hype, but now that it ended, and they had such a beautiful transition into Soul Eater, the hype is just through the roof. Because now you have Fire Force fans that are like, oh, I want this. You know what I mean? I want the actual Soul Eater too. You know what I mean? So you have kind of like 2 fan bases like uniting under like, let's get a remake. So I hope it happens because of all the hype now.
And like you are watching, I don't know if you finished it, FMA.
Oh, I
like they
finished
kind
it.
of did that with Peak, the bar. I always just call it the bar. I think the bar for elite.
I know why now. I completely get it. I'm like, yeah, this is fucking incredible. It's so good.
And that's what everyone says to you, and you're like, what the fuck does that mean? And then you watch it, and you're like, yeah, it's the bar. It's the bar for like elite anime. Or like they did that with the original series. They kind of like went off on their own because they caught up to the manga, but like the demand was still really high. So they're like, fuck it, we'll write kind of our own story to like wrap it up with the information we've been given. And then Brotherhood was like more traditional, more to the manga. You could do that with Soul Eater, and I think it would be wildly successful. And even if you're not like a huge plot or like story, diehard, you have like the old animation style, very vintage, like early Naruto vibes. Like I love that. I want to say like early 2000s, maybe late 90s. I'm not sure when it was made, but
yeah,
like that as an anime fan and like a an older gentleman at the ripe age of 31. Like it's cool to see that, but then if you remade it, it's like, oh, you have like, flashier animations, like you have more fluid stuff. The comparison would still be sick, and I think if you're a fan, it's obviously going to be enjoyable to watch.
Dude, I think that they absolutely need to do it because it would just be so perfect, and you'd have like the audience for it. You know what I mean? You'd have the hype. It would be one of the most,
especially now.
Yeah, the most like watched anime of that season whenever it drops. Like it would compete for number 1. You know what I mean? Like that's why I think that they really should get on it. And everyone's even talking about like, yo, we need the FMA Brotherhood treatment, bro. And I'm like, it's so funny that I just watched that. So I'm like, oh, dude, like I get exactly what you're talking about, and that is peak. And that
our
is exactly
timing,
what
bro.
we need. Dude, I know.
Timing.
It's perfect. But honestly, what an amazing ending. It's just absolutely incredible. And let's just hope, boys. Let's just hope for a Soul Eater remake. It is really good. But if you haven't seen Soul Eater, I highly recommend you watch what's out now too. It's still really good. And the first season is canon still. So that is still like what you're watching is still like right. You know what I mean?
That's good to know because I know it goes off, but like not when. But either way, I'm still looking forward to it. I've been really enjoying it. Last thing I'm gonna say about Fire Force is like when Shinra is, I forget how old he is. He's like a teenager, like canonically.
Yeah.
And in the end, he's 42. When Inka and Iris come back, they're both like trying to have these kids, Shinra, savior of the world.
Bro,
like,
Inka was insane. Inka's like, yo, let me have your baby. And he's like, dude, no, go away. She's like, come on, let me do this for you.
She's like, I don't even like you. Like, he's like, oh, I like the sister. I have this sister. She's like, you're boring. I don't even like you. I just want to have your kid. And his fucking mom is like, wow, 2 girls, Shinra. Like, totally supporting it. And Shinra's
Well,
like,
3.
oh, don't support it.
Because we
Well,
saw
yeah, no, you're,
3, yeah.
dude,
Bro, harem.
so good. And then you see him at 42. He's like the leader of the fucking world supreme force.
Yeah.
He's got his, like grown kids there. You're like, Shinra, you dog. One of the best endings for an MC we've seen in a minute.
Yeah.
Well done, Shinra.
Yeah, good for him, man. Absolutely insane. Good ending for him. He's living it up. He's enjoying the rewards for being the world hero and pretty much a god. And dude, by the way, too, watching him create death was fucking awesome. When he's like, yo, I'm not gonna be God here. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my job. I'm gonna create a God that's unbiased. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let him take care of it. And then he literally created death. Like, that whole skull thing, that was the OG death. Because these Shikagamis, they when they start losing power, they create like another one. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like their kid. And that's what we saw at the end. There was the death Shikigami was like, yo, I want to create the next one to be in the image of the hero. So that's why Death the Kid was created in the image of Shinra, which is just so fucking incredible. He's like a descendant, not really, because like, Shinra created the Shikigami, so it's like they're connected through that. But like, it just kind of came full circle, and it was just so fucking cool. And now, like, I want to go back and watch Soul Eater, because now I see it in a whole different light. You know what I mean? Because I didn't read the manga of Fire Force, so like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Death the Kid was like created in Shinra's image, or that Soul was a descendant of Sho. Like, I'm like, dude, I want to go back and like just like enjoy it one more time. Like the nostalgia at the end there was just so fucking good. But yo, let's get into Classroom of the Elite. So let's talk about Peak, bro. Let's stay on the topic of Peak. What an insane first 4 episodes. Okay, who do you think? We kind of briefly talked about this. Who do you think is the White Room spy? I swear, I feel like it is the most obvious answer.
Hold up, let me bring up their names. So like, you text me, you're like, oh shit, they like dropped 4 episodes.
Yeah.
So between that and Witch Hat with 2, like, you're watching this finale,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
a lot.
I caught up with Golden Kamuy. I'm like, yo, this is the first week of the season. We're in full fucking swing. Anime is not playing anymore, bro. Dude. This shit is peak. I'm like,
the redhead
trying to
girl
remember all the characters.
Yeah.
And like watching the Wistoria thing, I'm like, oh, I'll just like skip through this real quick. And then I immediately started watching. It's like, oh, that's their name. Oh yeah, that happened. Like, the refresher was nice, even though I was like kind of bummed they didn't like give you a first episode.
Yeah.
But Amasasawa is the pigtailed like
redhead girl.
Redhead.
Yeah, apparently she's redhead. Yeah. Bro, I think it's her, and I think it's so obvious because, like, hear me out here, all right? So here's kind of like my evidence why I'm like, it has to be her, and it can only be her. And I think it even was kind of like admitted it was her too, because like it was kind of briefly talked about, but then Koji's playing dumb. So he knows that a spy is coming to get him expelled, right? Well, we know that they're from the White Room. They're not stupid. They're not going to try on the first attempt because he's going to have his guard up, right? So what do? You get close to him. Who's the only one who got close to him out of all of them? I don't know, the one that made him their personal chef. All right, she got in close. Also, the entire time, it's been so hard to get people to partner up. It was really easy for her to partner up with Pseudo. And Pseudo's a fucking idiot, you know what I mean? She was a little too willing to do that. So I feel like by doing that, she got in his good graces, so he wouldn't suspect her. Got close to him, so trying to get him to lower his guard. And also, he even said, he's like, okay, well, she took the dishes and went to wash them. If she's from the White Room, she would booby trap. Like, she would put like a listening device, right? So he checked it, and it wasn't there. She lost a hair tie. Where was it? Under the fridge. And it had this little, like, circle thing on it that looked like it could be, like, a listening device, like, disguised. So I'm like, I feel like that confirms it right there. But then even further, we find out that she was, like, a part of his assassination, like, expulsion event, where she made him buy all these utensils because she wanted him to buy a knife. She made sure the other guy, no one else bought that knife. It was only him. And then when she got the hair tie, she stole the knife and gave it to the one guy to stab himself and pin it on Koji, but he read through that and stabbed himself. Like, he caught the knife with his hand. Some fucking Naruto shit, which was fucking awesome. But, like, she orchestrated all of it. So I'm like, bro, like, there's no shot it's not her. Like, everything's pointing to her. Like, it has to be her. If it's not her, that is fucking a lie. I don't care what anybody says, it's her. It has to be. There's too much evidence.
I totally agree with you. And, like, alright, so cut me off if I start ranting here.
Okay.
Dude, it's week 1 of Classroom of the Elite. And
no,
before
it's
I
week
go crazy
4, bro. We got 4 fucking episodes. You can't say it's week 1. We got almost half a season, dude. Like a half a season, 6
Dude,
eps. We got 4. That's
a quarter. If they're dropping 16, that's 25% of the season.
yeah,
We're
already.
eating.
We are.
And like I have like a big soft spot for this
Mhm.
anime. One, because it's extremely entertaining. It's
Yeah.
different. I love the like psychological thriller aspect of it.
Mhm.
But this was one of the first ones that I feel like when we started the pod, we really got into it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, this shit is sick. Either way, I think Amasasawa, the redhead,
Mhm.
it's very obvious she's like a white room plant.
Mhm.
And they try to like fake you out with Nanase, the chick that accompanies yet
Yes.
another
Mhm.
super douchebag in Hosen. You're rooting against him right away. And like Nanase kind of knows like he sucks and like she's like trying to play both sides. And they give you that scene where she like cuts back and looks at Ayana Koji a couple times and he's like, oh, she's sizing me up.
Mhm.
So you're like, oh, she might be the one. Amasasawa was like, no, you need to buy like the best cooking gear. It has to be only for me. And Ayana Koji's just like, oh God. And the whole time I'm like, dude, I hate her. She's annoying. She's playing the game very well. Like she's suspicious. At the end of like the fight, like you were talking about, masterclass by Ayana Koji, Hosen clearly shows that he's not the White Room guy. That's why
Yeah.
Ayana Koji partners with him. Nanase comes out and like exposes the fact that it was
There's
part
a
of the expulsion
bounty.
plan.
There's a fucking
But
20
like,
mil
yeah,
bounty on his head. Like, holy shit.
you're totally right. It was not expulsion. They were trying to kill that motherfucker.
Yeah.
It was assassination. And they're like, oh, you know, it was 20 million personal points. No hard feelings. I was wrong. And they're, Ayana Koji's like, yep, yeah, whatever. Like, figured it out.
Yeah.
So, like, her saying that almost guarantees you she's not the White Room plan. She was like, well, we got put up to this. The whole first year class, like, knows about this bounty. She wouldn't have said that. Amasasawa didn't say that. And the only other first year that we got besides Hosen was Yagami, like
Is that the happy-go-lucky kid?
yeah, and he
Dude.
went to middle school with Sakanayagi. What the fuck is Ayana Koji's
Koshina?
like?
Or whatever her name is? I think it's
And,
Koshina,
dude,
the
there's
psycho chick from episode 1, pretty much.
yes, but she went to middle school with Suzume.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know, barely got it together in here. It's, you know, it's
Yeah.
week one. It's week one. But like, he's like, oh, didn't you go to middle school with him? And she was like, I don't know. Like, I don't pay attention to people that I don't have to.
Yeah.
And he kind of seems, yeah, happy-go-lucky. But he's another first year that they made a point of giving you his name. And he was like, oh, I want to partner with, yeah, the psycho girl. Her name starts with a K. I forget. She sucks. We hate
Koshina.
her.
I'm pretty sure it's Koshina. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Koshina. And he's like, I'll wait to like partner with somebody until you give me your decision. Just basically
Yeah.
saying, I'll let you play the field, but I'll like not
I'm
do
here.
the same.
I'm
Whether-
available.
Insane. So I was like, all right, these are clearly Nanase, Amasawa, and Yagami. They're too long, bro. I need
I'm
simple
gonna start
names.
writing them down. This season, bro, we're getting names down on pat.
I have the
alright?
character list right here.
Yeah.
I didn't remember any of this. I'm looking it up. But Amasasawa, I think, proved it based on her behavior. And you're right. Ayana Koji right away is like, yeah,
Many
she did the
facts.
dishes. Let me check the sink. Let
Yeah.
me check the sink. And then Nanase kind of exposed herself with Hosen as like, well, we were trying to get these points. Like, it kind of failed. You beat us like in round 1 or whatever. But we didn't get anything from Yagami, the like happy-go-lucky kid.
Well,
So-
okay. Here's my predictions about all of that. So first of all, I think Amasawa, whatever her name is, I think that she is the spy, right? I don't think
Yes.
that she's going to go like after Ayana Koji. Because hear me out, because they keep saying that she's defying everything. Where she's like, oh, she's not listening to any of us, which means I wonder what she has in store for you. Like you're gonna get worse than getting expelled, right? But I'm like, yo, they even asked like, yo, what in the very beginning when she had like the hood on and like she was like disguised and like who we still don't know
Yes.
who it is. Like, hey, are you hiding anything from me? And she just kept walking, or whoever it was kept walking. I'm assuming it's a girl because it seems like every villain's a girl. It seems like they're just sending the women after Ayana Koji, and he's just building a harem low key. Like it's just kind of the way it's working out. But speaking
He definitely
of,
is.
yeah, but speaking of, that's what I think's gonna happen because. Like I don't think if everyone keeps saying that, like, oh yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do to you. Like it's gotta be worse than expelling you. I'm like, well, what if she's into him? What if instead of being like, oh, you're the masterpiece, I resent you, she's like, I admire him. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the secret. I feel like that's the spin, that's the twist that we're gonna see this season is that it's gonna be her, and she's not gonna hate Ayana Koji. You know what I mean? Because even also too, like, she made you her personal chef. That's really like, I want to date you kind of thing. You know what I mean? But I also think that the guy, the happy-go-lucky kid, I think something happened with like, his best friend or some shit, right? Because Sheena's a fucking crazy psycho who like destroyed middle school for everybody. I feel like he's going after revenge for her.
Very true.
That's why I feel like Amasawa, she partnered up real quick. That's like her angle. And I feel like he partnered up real quick because he's like, I want to get close to you so I can ruin you later down the road. I feel like that's his angle. It has nothing to do with Ayana Koji. It all has to do with bringing back her middle school past, which, by the way, is still hidden from everybody, isn't it? It's still one of those things where, like, hey, we'll keep your secret if you, like, back the fuck off.
Like, yeah, they haven't like really clowned her in front of
Yeah.
everybody, but like her social standing with like the elite aspects of like the class, I think are like kind of cracked. And
Yeah.
she's like above average smart at like this school, but she's not like Ayana Koji level or Suzume or like
Mm-hmm.
even Nanase. Like you don't really put her in with like the elites of the show.
Yeah.
I think your point about like the whole harem thing is really, really good. Because you look at Kei Karuizawa, the blonde girl from the second class. Bro, these names are crazy.
Dude, so many.
She was like a major player. She like fell in love with Ayana Koji, and that's like her role in the story right now.
Yeah.
Like she basically just wants to like chill, like make it through things, and like have her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
He can kind of like, it sounds very fucked up to say, but like manipulate and condition these girls like
Oh, no,
from
it's
a
not fun.
romantic
He's doing
standpoint.
it. Yeah, he's literally doing that, though.
And the girl who slapped her
Mm-hmm.
clearly going to play a part. They would not put that in these first 4 episodes if she wasn't going to be a major player.
Yeah.
She likes him too. Like I don't really know the depth of her standing in her class, but like she likes Ayana Koji and she thinks he's hot. Nah. That could definitely play in with Amasawa. Like she didn't come at him from like a weird angle. She was like, yeah, you're gonna cook for me, and like this will
Yeah.
be a regular thing because I want you to have these utensils just for me.
Yeah.
It definitely feels hard not to think she's a white room plant because she also had like one instance that was set up for future encounters.
Let's also not forget that the blue-haired girl and the OnlyFans girl are also into him too. Remember that was also brought up and refreshed at the beginning of this episode, where they were both like, "Oh hey," like where the kid was like, "Hey, you know, we
Yes,
had
dude.
meetings and like a couple of the girls missed you," and he's like, "Oh, like, do you want me to start showing up?" Like, she's like, "I think that they appreciate it," and they start waving at him. It's like, bro, like he has every girl like in love with him, like infatuated with him. It's absolutely insane. So I mean, she can come in there and blow all of that shit to hell. Like that can go insane. And you brought up what makes Classroom of the Elite so good, what has me so enticed and entertained, and just like, oh my god, I need more, is that it is like a psychological thriller that never stops. It's not like the whole social mind games, mind fuck, colluding and like planning and plotting kind of thing only happens during the tests. It's nonstop. It's all day, every day. You know what I mean? And it's with
Off
everybody.
campus, like it's
Yeah.
nonstop.
Every little thing that they do is like a plot point. It's something. It's some way of manipulation or whatever, and it just is like completely ongoing, which makes it so good. It's just like it's so juicy.
And a really good example of that is Ayana Koji having Karuizawa stake out, which is crazy. Using her like an asset, he's like, yeah, go to the store and like stake out for me.
Yeah.
And she sees a clerk telling another student not to buy that same set of cookware that Ayana Koji bought.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, like you could easily miss that plot point. And you're like, damn, hold up, like this is really well done. Like it's hard not to like fall in love with that aspect of Classroom.
Dude, it's so good, and like I cannot wait for more. And of course, like you even bring up too, like this was one of the first animes we really dove into on the pod, and like it's the Koenji fan club. We got a little Koenji love again in these 4 episodes.
Oh boy,
Bro, she's like, yo, can you like partner up with somebody? Because he's like, yo, I can like pass with anybody. I don't give a fuck who my partner is. She's like, oh cool, like we can match you with somebody then, right? That benefits the class. And he's like, no. And she's like, why? He's like, because I am me. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about any of you. He's like, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. It's like, dude, that's classic Koenji, bro.
goated fucking character. His first introduction was not letting an old lady sit on the bus. Crazy energy. And then he hits the Naoya Zenin. He's like, oh, I'm me. Like, puts his blonde hair back and he's like, I'll find a partner and pass with anybody.
Yeah.
And then is like, later, and just walks the fuck off and is not seen for the rest of the episode. You're like, damn.
Bro.
He kind of is the man.
Dude, he's so smart. He just doesn't give a shit. Like, I'll never forget when it was last season when they were doing the test, and it was like, yo, we're gonna give you all of the questions really quick, and you have to write them down. And everyone's like scrambling to quickly write down all the questions. And he sits there and he's like, yeah, this is the answer to that one question. And everyone's like, oh, okay, sweet, free answer. And then he didn't answer a single fucking question after that. He answered the last one like instantly to show that he's like insanely fast and really smart. And then he's like, yeah, I'm just not going to answer the other 19. Fuck those questions. I'm not going to do that work. Even though he can absolutely do it and get 100%, and he fucks over his class. His class loses because of that. And it was like, dude, like, this guy is just unbearable, but incredible at the same time. Like he's perfect.
He's the perfect character you love to hate.
Yeah.
He's funny as shit. He's rude as shit. He's like an enemy to his class to like almost a fault, but not
Yeah.
really. And like there's like more in store for him. I fucking love Koenji.
Mhm.
He's the man. He's a piece of shit, but like such a great aspect of Classroom. Koenji's an excellent character.
Because you know that he could be like one of the best students in the entire class. Like he has the means, he has like
He knows it.
he has like the family, he has like the brand. You know what I mean? He's fit, so he can do all the athletic shit, and he's incredibly smart. He's like the triple threat. You know what I mean? And he could easily be the top of that class. Just like, yeah, just don't fucking feel like it. Fuck you guys. And it's just like
It's not even that.
yeah, he's completely
It's just
capable.
like
Just
sheer
want to.
defiance.
Yeah.
It's sheer defiance. He's like, you said it perfectly. He's like, I'll answer the last question. Already did it. I don't need to do the other 19. Don't give a fuck. And everyone's like, oh, God, you suck. But like, damn, you're kind of right.
Yeah.
We're going to keep him around. Koenji is the perfect, like mind game character, dude. Love him. And I will be in that fan club until the day the show ends. I love his character.
And you know what the best part is? He's not gonna do a fucking thing even at the end of the show. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the entire show is just gonna be him being like, I can do it, but I'm just not going to.
Where he'll do like one favor to really help out Ayana Koji and just like skate through. Like he had like 1 feet in
Yeah.
like 6 seasons, and you're like, damn, he made it through. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Dude, hysterical. Excellent character.
Dude, I absolutely love him. But Witch Hat Atelier, I'm pretty sure we're gonna call it that. Bro, that's another really good anime. Like, goddamn, they dropped episode 1 and episode 2, which was awesome. I gotta say, they have the English dub out. That's what I love about Witch Hat, and also Daemons of the Shadow Realm. Both have the English dubs, make it super easy to watch and kind of like chill and relaxing. I love watching both, so whenever an anime new is dropping and has a dub, I always appreciate it. Amazing VAs. I mean, bro's got this accent that is just divine. And you even said it yourself. You're like, bro, he's
Whoa.
Gojo, but not a douchebag. And I'm like, oh my god, he is. He's Gojo, but like real. Like, I mean, he's like a perfect Gojo.
A real person.
Yeah.
Yes. As soon as I see the white hair and blue eyes, I'm like, here we go. I
Yep.
mean, he's like super sweet to Coco, and you're like, damn, this is Gojo if he wasn't like extremely arrogant and self-absorbed. I love this guy.
Yeah, dude, absolutely incredible. And so far, like the animation, the art, oh my god, phenomenal. The pacing, really fucking good. And this plot just seems so amazing. I love how Coco's already a celebrity, and everyone's just like, oh, okay. Dude,
It's you.
I was losing my mind when she killed her mom. Like, her mom's for sure dead. Like that's absolutely insane. On episode 2, her mom's gone and then she's becoming a witch now. That's fucking insane. Talk about like a plot twist right off rip. That's insane.
Really, really well done. And that whole episode, I think that's episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
They use tension extremely well. Like when they're drawing, like the connecting the circle and that last drop of ink, like
Yeah.
it's very tense when like there's not much tension needed. Like she thinks she can't just do this shit. Very, very well done. And like this is my own headcanon. It was like a very nice Dark Souls 1 reference. You got the dragon and like all these crystals. She has no idea what she's drawing
Yeah.
from the book. The whole thing erupts into like these crystals and shit. There is no dragon, but I was like, yo, that is like definitely like a FromSoft reference. If you know, you know. Seath the Scaleless was mad evil and like an acquirer of knowledge, like a sorcerer that turns himself into this like immobile dragon, and like crystals and like shit are his attack. And I was like, yo, that might just be me, but I'm sure somebody else out there feels the same way. But like really well done, and like the use of tension I think through these 2 episodes are really, really good.
Dude, it was so awesome. And like her like figuring out that it's like a pen, that her wand was real. You know what I mean? That the book had like the hidden shit in it. And then what you're talking about tension is that the witch figured it out too. He's sitting at his campsite and he's like, wait, this doesn't seem right. And he's like, oh fuck. And that's when he runs back and gets there just in time. It's like, dude, absolutely phenomenal. I think that it's just going to be really cool, moving forward. It reminds me a ton of this manga, Ichi the Witch, which is also really, really good when that becomes an anime. Oh, it is going to be phenomenal. But, like, dude, when people are talking about, like, yo, this is, like, carrying the fantasy niche, this is going to compete with Frieren, I'm like, oh my god, like, after these 2 episodes, it for sure fucking will. This is going to be something that dominates each and every year. Because this, what it brings to the table that Frieren doesn't is that I love Frieren, but I also like slice of life. I also like that it's a bit slower, a bit just chill. It's a vibe, right? This brings a level of pacing that is going to bring more people to it. You know what I mean? So, like, it's going to have, I think, more hype and more attention each and every season. And I feel like that's what's going to make it be, quote-unquote, more successful than Frieren. Because you're not going to have the people that are like, oh, let me watch this. This is boring as shit. I'm good. But they're going to look at this at Witch Hat and be like, yo, this is entertaining as shit. It's way faster paced. So, instead of just being nominated for Anime of the Year, it's going to be able to win more. You know what I mean? It's going to have, like, like I guess more like just attention, just every season.
So it's got 15 volumes. That's like a pretty sizable chunk of manga.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could see, like my first thought was like, oh, this must have like a lot of like source material because it's moving slow in a great way.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're building up, you get a couple like crazy main events, but like they're kind of taking their time with it, which makes you think, yeah, they're trying to be around for a few seasons. This will definitely be, and I totally agree with you, like freer and adjacent, but like more like plot driven and less like, and again, that's like part of Freeren's story and all that. Like, it's not as action packed, but Witch Hat feels like it is, and I think that'll
Yeah.
bring more people to it because you're right. You're not gonna get like 2 or 3 slice of life episodes and be like, ah, I'm done with this. I'm not coming back or whatever.
Yeah.
Extremely entertaining, and I think you have a really good cast. You got like, the aloof character. You got like the almost prodigy, young prodigy character with whatever their name is, starts with an A.
The
I mean,
purple-haired girl.
yeah, I'm like, I got burned out on relearning the classroom of the elite characters.
Yeah.
So we'll get there. Give me 2 or 3 weeks, but
What's the
and then
hair
the
colors for
super
today?
just hair colors. Week 1 is hair colors. You got the pink haired girl who's like,
Mhm.
thank you for thanking me for thanking me. It was like,
Oh man,
what
I
the
just
fuck
kept
are we
on
doing?
going. Yeah.
Insane. So like she's cool. You got the aloof character. You got like kind of the prodigy and the purple haired girl.
Hmm.
Seems like you have a really good cast, and I forget what his name is, but Mage Gojo definitely has a lot of potential. You saw him talking on the phone. He's
Hmm.
clearly incredibly knowledgeable. It feels like he's a natural witch. Like there might be a distinction. It kind of says there is, but like it's not really talked about because we're so early on.
Yeah.
Like he's a natural born witch versus somebody who figured out you just gotta write it with the right kind of ink and pen.
Yeah.
But like I think that interpretation is also really exciting because it leaves it open to anybody becoming a witch, and then the explanation of like the age of conflict and stuff. Like there's a lot of lore there to be explored, but also like moving forward. I really hype. I can see why this was like one of the more anticipated animes this season.
Dude, it really proved itself with its first 2 episodes, where it's going to deliver on the hype, and that it's going to dominate for years to come. Because my God, is it so far amazing? And you kind of see where it's going to go. Like, okay, we're going to go find that witch that she's connected to in a way. You know what I mean? That like he's like a 5-star Gojo, right? We have the upgraded Gojo here with this guy. He's after her. You know what I mean? So it seems like the first step is passing the witch trials to get to that building with all like the books, so she can identify the book, right? And then they can use that to find the witch. So it seems like there's like already pre-planned steps of which we are going to be going forward with in the plot. So it just, you can just tell it's going to be so fucking good. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait for it.
I just want to touch on one category. We could do like a separate
Okay.
video for it. Animes of the year from Crunchyroll, whom we low-key hate.
Yeah.
I feel like we watched all of these, and one, we were kind of like clued into what was solid. I was super happy to see Takapi's Original Sin on there,
Yes.
and the summer Hikaru died.
Mm-hmm.
And like obviously, like I'm very biased. I love Gachiakuta. I do think it's deserving of the award, the nomination, maybe not
Yeah.
the award. Like, damn, all right. At least we got 2 really good picks, and not just like based off popularity. Takapi deserves to be there. We were on that since day one. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just say it. But like, yeah, I'd like to do a video and really dig in deep. But yeah, nice to kind of see Takapi and Hikaru there for Anime of the Year.
Maybe that's something we have to do later this week is our like review of Crunchyroll awards or the nominations, because we actually already did our own anime awards when it was like supposed to
True.
come out, like in the beginning of fucking January, like normal goddamn people.
Yeah,
And it's funny
right.
because we brought up like all of those animes. We're like, yo, like they should definitely get nominations. Like that's huge. What's funny, as people who have like kind of hated on and kind of disagreed with like the popular vote of like Solo Leveling, where we're like, hey, yo, season 1 wasn't that great. Season 2 was amazing, phenomenal, right? We didn't think it should win last year, but we're like, yo, it should win this year. Like, we literally said what should win is Solo Leveling, and what we want to win is either Gachakata or Takapi's Original Sin. And I still stand by that.
Crazy,
like, I
bro.
don't give a fuck who wins the Crunchyroll Awards because it's just dog shit, right? But, like, if Gachakata or Takapi's Original Sin wins, like, I get it. Like, it has a ground to stand on. So, we might be coming out with a video later this week talking about kind of, like, our opinions about the nominations, because so far everyone's talking about the anime of the year ones, but I mean there's probably so many other controversial ones, and we are degenerates that never stop watching anime. It is like what we do every fucking second of the day. It's just so much fun. So we know a lot of these animes that are like nominated, so we can kind of give like somewhat of a good opinion on it. But yo, absolutely insane week this week. Like I said, a chaotic week. It's just all over the place. We hope you guys enjoyed. We hope you guys are excited for next week because we're going to be coming back with Clash of the Elite, with Demons of the Shadow Realm, which with Hat Atelier, and hopefully too with Story Up, because we need that first episode of the second season. It's going to be so good. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Later, guys, and peace.
Peace.